Hey guys, and welcome back to this tutorial where we're going to be talking about Minecraft functions and the new Minecraft function command that all came with the new version 1.12. So let's go ahead and check out that command and see how we can use text editors to make our very own functions. Okay guys, so if we type out the new function command in Minecraft 1.12, we can see that it's pretty straightforward. If you look at the screen here, you can see that we have our command name and then the name of the function that we want to run. For now, let's just ignore everything that goes past here in these brackets and just get the basics down. So pretty much what we need to do is tell Minecraft the function that we want to run with this function command. Now, the problem is we haven't made an actual function yet. And the way you do that is actually outside of the game. So let's go ahead and go to my favorite text editor where we're going to go ahead and code our first Minecraft function. So here we are in Sublime Text, my absolute favorite text editor for a million reasons that I won't go into right now. But if you guys want to follow along in the same text editor, the link is down in the description below where you can download this and check it out. Now, it's free to download and it's free to try out, but you have to buy a license if you want to use it for anything regular. So, I mean, they're not going to go and knock on your door and find out if you're using a license because they're really, really cool like that. But it's not really nice if you're going to use somebody's program that they spent tons and tons of time on creating just so you cannot pay for it. So, anyways, that's my plug for Sublime Text. If you want to follow along in something else, you can use Notepad++ if you're on PC, or you can use like Komodo or Text Wrangler if you're on Mac OS X. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you use a text editor that allows you to save the file with the extension of .mc function. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and write our first function. All a function is pretty much, it is a way to run multiple commands by just calling the function that we want to run. Now, this is kind of being talked about in programming lingo, so if you don't know what it means to call a function, don't worry. All it really means is to use that function, or to tell your program, or in this case, tell Minecraft which function you want to use. And when you use a function, it runs. And when a function runs, it executes all the commands in it from top to bottom. So let's see this working out in action. So if we type out our first command, let's keep it simple and just use a say command and just say hello world. There is our first function. So whenever we call this file, this function file, this is the command that will run. Now, just to go ahead and make things a little clearer, since this is a function, it probably should have more than one command in it. So let's just say it worked. Now, what this means is that when this function is called, or in other words, when this function runs in Minecraft, it will say hello world, and then it will say it worked. And then the function will finish because there's nothing else after that. So now we need to save this file. Now, where we save this file matters because Minecraft needs to know how to find it. So what we're going to do is go ahead and save it. And I'm just going to put it on my desktop for now because when we go ahead and I show you where to put this, I'm going to show you a way to find it much easier. So here we go. Save it with the name of, let's just say hello world, and then that specific extension we were talking about, which is MC function. So here's the file that I just saved with Sublime Text, which is our Minecraft function. Now I need to put this file where it belongs, and where it belongs is inside a subdirectory of my Minecraft folder. Now, I'm going to assume that you guys know how to find your Minecraft folder, but if you don't know how and you're using Mac OS X, well, you lucked out today because I'm going to show you how to do it on Mac since I'm on a Mac. So if you press Command, Shift, and G, this will be a shortcut to work with Finder, and if you type this in and then press Go, it'll take you right to your Minecraft folder. Now, if you also check the description below, you can just copy and paste that in and then press Go to make it even faster. Once you're there, you need to go into your Saves folder and then into the name of the world save folder that you want to run this function. So I'm going to run it in my CodeZealot world, and I need to go into this data folder and then into this functions folder. Now, we're in the right directory now, but what we need to do is create another subdirectory for our function. So we're going to go ahead and create a new folder, and I'm going to go ahead and just name this the name of my function, which is hello world. Once I've done that, I can go inside, and then I can drag and drop this function file right into this subdirectory of my functions folder, which is located in the save folder in my Minecraft folder. So there you go. That's how you put it in the right spot so Minecraft can find it. Now let's go ahead and run this function so we can see what actually happens when we use a function in Minecraft. So now we're ready to use our first function in Minecraft 1.12. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's type out function, and then we need to write the path to our function. So what this means is you need to type the name of the folder that you saved your function in, at least for our case here in this video. So let's type out hello world, which is the name of the folder, and then a colon, and then the name of the .mc function file that we created, which is also hello world. Let's run it by pressing enter, and we can see that it worked. We have our two say commands, and then this nice message right here from Minecraft saying that we executed two commands from function that is in the folder hello world with the name hello world. Okay, so now that we know how to use the function command and we know how to make functions to use, let's go ahead and look at the advanced section of this command. So if we type out the command just like we did a minute ago with the name of the folder and then the colon and then the name of the function that we want to run, we can use two different options here on the optional section of this command. So we can use the argument if, or we can use the argument unless. Let's use the first one and say that we want our function to run if our selector is true. So we have to give it a selector now. So let's go ahead and just say if the nearest player is in creative mode, that we want this function to run. So since I am in creative mode, it runs. Now if I switch this to something like survival mode, you'll see that it does not run because the target that we gave it, this selector right here, the nearest player, with this argument section right here, since it came back as false, our function didn't run since we used the if. Now, if we use the unless, though, you'll see that it's different. So what we're saying is we want our function hello world to run unless the player is in survival mode. So since I am in creative mode, it actually runs. And if I switch this now to creative, you'll see that what we're saying is we want the function to run unless the nearest player is in creative. And since I am, it doesn't run. So that is the advanced use of that command. Now, I'll show you guys one last thing, and that is that you can use this with the gamerule command. Now, we haven't looked at the gamerule command yet in this series. That's going to be the very next video. So this is just kind of an introduction to it. So pretty much what we're going to do is you can just follow along and not worry exactly about what gamerule is, but see how this is going to work. So we're going to use gamerule, and then we're just going to say game loop function, and then we're going to give it the name of our function and where it's at, just like we did a minute ago. So hello world, hello world. So what's going to happen now when I press enter is Minecraft is going to run our function 20 times a second. That is to say, it's going to just keep running and running and running this function. Now, the cool thing is you can put other functions inside of this single function. That's what makes it a game loop. So we're not going to talk about what game loops are right now, but pretty much it's a way for you to make really complicated things on your Minecraft world. So if you want this to stop, go ahead and just put a different function name here, or I don't know if this will work actually. I've never tried it, but let's try it. If you just type out gamerule game loop function, let's see if Mojang just makes it so it resets. Oh, no, that's cool. It tells us what our game loop function actually is set to. So anyways, that's the advanced uses of Minecraft functions and the Minecraft function command. That's it for this video on the new functions and function command in Minecraft 1.12. If you guys are having a hard time with this command still, go ahead and leave me a comment down below and I'll try and help you out. And if you're using the function command or any other command for that matter, and you're having a hard time with whatever project you're working on your Minecraft world or your server, go ahead and leave me a request for being in a video in my new series called Command Help, where I help you with all of your command and command block problems. So pretty much the way it works is you send me a request saying what you're trying to do and what the problem is and all of that. and then I make a video showing you how to fix it. So I think we've helped out 4 or 5 players so far, and we did some pretty cool things. Like if you're on a PvP server and you die, you respawn as a ghost and then come back after 10 seconds. And we did one with a wave animation, so if you have an ocean in your adventure map and you want to have a more realistic feel, you can actually have waves in Minecraft that go in and out from the ocean. So anyways, check it out. If you need help, let me know, and I'll be there as soon as I can. Sometimes I get multiple requests in the same day, and so it's a little slow, but that's just the way it is. If you send me a request now, though, you might actually be the first person. So get to it, and I'll see you guys in the next video where we're going to check out that gamerule command.